Hello everyone, welcome to the day 15 session on Selenium with Python. I hope you all are able to hear me and see the screen. Great. So today what we are going to learn is, we have already spoken about how do we set up behave. We have created some feature files and we have also created the corresponding step definitions. Today we are going to introduce Selenium with it. So let us see that. So the feature file which we are going to create, let us first create that feature file. So I create my feature calling it as demo site application function. In there I create a tag. A tag is used to group scenarios together. So we create tag like this. So this scenario belongs to the login tag. Then we tell the scenario name followed by our given when then statements. So basically I'm on the home page of the application. When I click on the my account link and I type text on email address and I type text on password and I click on the sign in button, then I should see the text my account information on screen. When I click on the log off link and I click on the continue button, then I should see the welcome on screen. So let us create this feature file. Go ahead and create it and generate the corresponding step definitions like I have uh, shown you guys yesterday, that you have to then go to command prompt, go to the drive where your folder is actually, and run behave command on this particular feature file. When you run behave command on this particular feature file, the steps will get generated which we want. Go ahead and generate them. Let me know once you guys are done. So when I do this, I will get my steps generated. Let me mark my steps, and copy them in the step definition file. Here. Now, I am going to write down my import statements. Now I declare a driver variable and make it right now none. In the given where I say I am on the home page of the application, I am going to initialize the driver object to that of the Chrome browser. So I am going to simply add my steps. So instead of the raise exception, I am simply going to add my steps. So that driver is equal to of Firefox option, Firefox browser. Then I'm going to open my browser and I'm going to say context.driver is equivalent to driver. Now you know when you say you want to click on my account link, what should be the command? Command should be context.driver dot find underscore element by underscore link underscore text my account dot click. In the same manner, you can go ahead and create the rest of the commands. Can you guys do that? So after you have written and given, declare driver as none, then set the driver to be Firefox browser and context or driver to be that of driver. Then you can simply for each step perform the actions which the actual Selenium should be performing. Can you guys do that and complete it? So here you can simply say email and take it as context dot driver dot find underscore element by name, email address dot send keys, email. Similarly, you can do so for password. Then for the sign in button, Then let's click on the log off link first, and then we will worry about the assert statement. Now for the assert statements. So assert text on the screen. So this is the same step. Now you will see that when I change this to this, they both have the same step definition. So then I should see the text on screen. I should see the text on screen. Since they both have the same step in the scenario, only one step requires to be implemented, not two. So this is the concept of dry. Do not repeat yourself. So by default, the BDD tool comes with the concept of dry. So if you see a code which is, or if you see a step which has already been defined and implemented, you need not implement it again. Now to execute this program, we simply have to call the same step, behave, followed by the name of the feature file. Now since we have implemented the steps, the actual implementation will get called, which will be basically calling the Selenium actions. So this is your login logout, where the login logout is actually happening by BDD or the behave implementation. You can see all steps are passed, one feature passed, one scenario passed, 9 steps are passed. Now in the same, let's say in the same feature file, you want to implement the invalid login logout. So with invalid user, these steps will not come. Now when you try to run this second scenario, where you are trying to log in log out from the application with an invalid user, you give a bad password. You see all these steps are already implemented. So when I am going to run my behave command again on this feature file, you will find out that it actually starts calling the second scenario also, because it will already find the steps being implemented, but it will fail in one step where you should not see that text. So you can see the second scenario is being called even though we have not explicitly mentioned the steps, because they were already implemented. Okay. So we get this and we get this step not being implemented. So we are going to copy this step, add it to my step definition file. Now let's run again. The second test starts getting executed. So you get two scenarios passed this time, 15 steps passed, one feature passed. Okay. Now let us say out of these two, only this has got a tag called as login, and you want to just run this scenario which has got a tag. So you do not want to run all scenarios inside this feature file, but rather run a, let's say, a positive test, and this is a negative test. So how can we do that? To do so, we basically have to tell behave that we want to run with the tag option. Sorry, the tag is my fault. The tag name is positive. So when I have given the positive tag, it will fetch out the positive, and ideally it should not run the other scenario now. Only after executing one feature, it should be good, one scenario of that feature. So as we can see, one feature passed, one scenario passed. This never got executed. Now let us say you want to just run the negative. So you write down the command with the tag option negative. So this time only the negative scenario will get executed, the positive will be overlooked. So that is the benefit of using the tags. Okay, again one scenario passed. Yeah, Karthik, you were right. Thank you. So is this clear to you guys? What we have done so far? Anyone has any question? If you don't have a question, you can simply say no. Okay. So now let us try to add another scenario where that scenario has got some data which is parameterized, just to show you guys that you can actually have such a thing available. So we are adding a scenario for the search where I told you guys yesterday, if your scenario is parameterized, instead of scenario use scenario outline. And basically in here what we are doing is we first search for a available product on the page, and then we search for a non-available product on the page. Okay, and we have got all these available. So now to run only the search, we will have to give the tag as search, and right now the steps are not implemented. So we will first have to implement these steps. So what is implemented, given I am on the home page of application, that will get executed. The rest of the steps, since not being implemented, will display us as the steps being generated, but it will try to execute it as many times till it gets the steps not being implemented. So you have the steps. When I enter a text on the page, when I click on search, the product should be available on the page. Let me copy these steps. I already have them implemented. So adding these steps. This we have already implemented. Then I should see the text, then I should see the text. So this need not be implemented again. And I click on search, has to be implemented only once. When I enter a text on the page, this is also implemented. So only 3 steps are required. Okay. Now let us run this search feature. So we have got one feature passed, 2 scenarios passed. Okay. So we are good to go. So similarly, you can automate the entire application by implementing the context of BDD. It is easy to change data. This is a readable file, so this is your business phase, that's your technical phase. So using this Gherkin language, the DSL for BDD, you can create these feature files. To modify this, you can basically add the concept of page object model in here, where basically instead of saying clicking on the link text my account link or typing in the email address, you can basically call the page object models in here and improve this program where you implement BDD with POM. So you achieve modularity and object information segregation in that manner. So you can go ahead and make these changes and take that as an assignment, where you modify the script by implementing page object model concepts and thus segregating the information of the object information from here and keeping it in the POM. To help you with this, if you now have a look at this Selenium framework code, I gave you this website when I asked you to implement the concept of framework. Now, when you look at this hybrid framework code, if you download it, you will now understand it better because the concept of behave is what you understand. So now you will understand the framework better. So you have all these features. Let's open a feature. Let's say we want to have a look at the login feature. So scenario, when I open automation practice website and I log in with username this and password, then I verify that I have successfully logged in by logging out. Okay, this is your one feature file. In the steps in the library, you have got these pages. So there is this login page. Here, if you have a look at it, the login page is implemented. So it is calling a function login where it is reading from the locator dictionary about email and typing send keys username there, send keys password there, and clicking on the sign in button. So login is a action where it is trying to find the locator objects and perform the action. So that is the login page object model. This is the calling, and in here if you have a look at the step definition, see this, when I open automation practice website, it is creating these page object models, page.visit, page.sign and click. When I log in with username and password, then it is calling the login page object model. So this is an implementation of a hybrid framework with the concept of page object model. So it uses all the concepts we have learned so far, BDD, hybrid framework concept, page object model concept, etc. So now when you look at this code, you will understand. So keeping this code as reference, you can create the page object models for your own application and improve this code. Will you guys be able to do it? So it's an excellent website and all these information in here is extremely good. So we have a short session today. If you guys have any question, any concept is not clear to you, any questions from the entire course, please feel free to ask me, or you have any other doubts. Remember, these recordings will be available to you. You can access them using your the passwords which I send in the mail, and you will get your certifications once I have received the assignment from you, the final assignment, that is most important. And all the materials, the recording, everything is already shared with daily notes, exercises. So I would like to thank you guys for the opportunity and the faith in taking this class. I hope that uh, you know you achieved your goals and you have got a better understanding of the concepts of Selenium, a good grasp on the language Python. So remember what all we have learned today, it can be extrapolated to any language with Selenium. And what you have learned about Behave can be extrapolated to other tools like SpecFlow, Cucumber. So your syntaxes might change a little bit, but the generic concepts on programming, on Selenium, on BDD are all going to remain the same. So would be great if you guys can try out now Selenium with C Sharp or Selenium with Java, or if you have to ever come across that in your professional life, then understand that you have the capability to do that. You can contact me for doubts or queries. I am available on the email address which you have received. And some of you are already on my LinkedIn. You know how to connect with me on LinkedIn because you have already done that in past. So you can definitely connect with me. Thank you, Puneet. Glad to know that. You were also a very dedicated participant. I must give that to you. Thanks, Karthik. Well, Karthik, were you able to set up BDD on Mac? Do you need any help? You need help because behave command was not found. Should I make you the presenter? If you have time, we can spend some time there. You can submit the assignment end of July. I just gave you guys a time frame so that you don't take eternity. End of July would be good. Okay, then thank you so much, Puneet. Bye. Have a good life. Karthik, I'm making you the presenter. Let us see if we can tackle that. So I'm requesting keyboard and mouse control. So say first let us try installation one more time. Provide the password.
Looks like somehow it is referencing like 2.7 still instead of 3.
Yeah, why does it keeps referencing 2.7? Okay, so pip installed behave worked, I guess. Yeah, looks like it recognizes. Your Eclipse doesn't recognizes feature files yet, right?
Yep.
So did you install the plugin?
Yes, here it is. Natural.
It's not recognizing. See, for others it is saying uninstall, but for this it is saying change. Change what? It's not installed yet. Why does it
Okay.
say change? No, click on install now.
Install more.
Cucumber editor is required. So it should say confirm, but it is not confirming.
I have an option of like uninstall here. Shall I uninstall and install again?
Let me search if you have something other available for BDD. Let's search for cucumber. Let's try this. Okay.
Sure, but if you see natural, it says installed here.
But it is not installed. It's in your installed section. It says change pending. Let us
Yeah,
see.
sure.
Is it installing right now?
No, it says install pending.
Okay. Click on install now.
It says cannot install and remove solutions concurrently.
What solution is it trying to remove?
Oh, I guess there's a conflict between these two.
Uninstall natural. Let us see. Close Eclipse and start again.
Oh, one second. Yeah, looks like it is recognizing now.
Close this feature file and open again. Click on show later. Yeah, great. So now let us try to generate the steps. Remove the colon from scenario. No, scenario has a colon. It is saying feature given when then. Show me your step definitions.
Oh, I don't have any because I was not able to create anything
Delete
yesterday.
this. Control S. Yeah, now go and generate. Yeah, now you get it. It was actually reading this and generating error. Now copy
No.
this. Go to your steps file. Paste. So you will also have to do the steps. Uh, Go to preferences. Yes. PyDev. PyDev. Interpreters. Python interpreter. Forced built-in. Forced built-in. Say new.
I already have added it
Well, let's
yesterday.
add one more. Say new and behave. Add behave all small. Okay. Apply. Okay. Let's go to editor. Code analysis. Here we say no. This has to be bonding. Uh, Others duplicate signature ignore. Okay, great. Now say from behave. No, from behave. It is not recognizing this as a py file because you see there is nothing. Why don't you do one thing? Let's generate new. Better. I think you can now complete it, right?
Yes.
You have the recordings. Your system looks set,
Yep.
and you can just add the steps now, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep, Karthik. Okay, then. Thank you so much, Karthik, and everyone else. Take care. Have a good life. Bye.
Bye.